Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, a show that brings you all the most beautiful games and the cryptic messages that you've never thought to look at when you're playing your games or you're watching TV. Yeah, that's not a great intro for Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's a great way to introduce you people who are already conversant with game theory and the fact that they're also very addicted and obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. So probably they even have a review for the trailer itself, but this is my little thing on my own casa, my own shit that I'm doing for my own self, if you don't mind me asking. I'm not asking anybody, I'm just saying. So, anyways, yes, Five Nights at Freddy's has been around for quite some time. A lot of people, a lot of you know it because of Markiplier, and some of you might know it because you liked the game more. I personally found out about it because of Markiplier. And yeah, so if I was supposed to just give you a little bit of a rundown, I'm just gonna pick up my info from Wiki so that you don't feel like I'm misinforming you with any detail that you're not happy about. So it's yeah. I mean, like personally for me, Five Nights at Freddy's started when I was watching Game Theory. Game Theory introduced me to Five Nights at Freddy's, and I was kind of curious because I always saw a lot of videos about Markiplier and him playing it, and he would freak out, and his freaking out was one thing that drew people to the franchise because everyone was trying to one up, trying not to be scared as he was scared. But that didn't happen. Now, I would like us to just. Oh, it's not taking so much. Well, it's taking a little bit of a time. But, yeah. So, Five Nights at Freddy's, as you all know, was made by Scott Carter. I've always struggled with mentioning that name right, but if you hear me, I hope it's in good context. I hope you don't hear what I'm saying, though. Yes, but Five Nights at Freddy, the franchise itself, if you would just give me a moment. Also shortened as FNAF. Game Theory calls it FNAF. I'm gonna stop talking about Game Theory and I'm gonna focus on this podcast, okay? So Five Nights at Freddy's is an independent survival horror franchise created by Scott Cawthon that first started as a video game released on Friday, the 8th of August 2014. I was still in high school back then. Fun, not fun. It was terrible. Those nights were worse than 5 nights. We didn't go to school and the night shut up. The franchise has since received worldwide popularity. I'll say, yes, it's got a whole trailer for itself. Yep. The franchise currently consists of a total of 18 video games, 10 main games, 4 spin-offs, and 4 troll games. A total of 45 books, 3 novel books, 21 anthology books, and 8 graphic novels, 5 guidebooks, 2 coloring books, and 6 other books. The next is a part of every that is related to Five Nights at Freddy's. Sorry. As well as the horror attraction, Snapchat lenses, the upcoming movie, and an ongoing batch of merchandise. So you better get yourself prepped up because there's a lot that you don't understand. So for the video games, that's the main category, which is the FNAF video games. Now, this is going to be picked up from articles made by Click Team Series and Cooperative Series. Now, if you want to know more about them, you can head over to the fandom, the wiki fandom page, and you will be able to know more about Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm only doing this because the trailer came out, and some of you might be wondering, well, what's all the fuss about? Yes, basically the reason why people are getting their heads ripped off because they can't contain their excitement. It's because it's been around since the day you were born. Maybe I'm talking to someone who's lesser than, I don't know, 18. Yeah, let's just not turn into a pedophile. Okay. Now it says the Canada's games are Five Nights at Freddy's at Freddy's game. Sorry, Five Nights at Freddy's at Freddy. Okay. Five Nights at Freddy's games officially developed by Scott Cawthon and other official companies. Now, all games bear the same canonical continuity, excluding others like FNAF World and Freddy in Space 2. Now, the first entry in the series was the original Five Nights at Freddy's, which was released on July 24th, 2014. I thought it was August 8th, 2014, but who cares? On November 11th, 2014, a second game, which is Five Nights at Freddy's 2, was released onto Steam. On March 2nd, 2015, a third game, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, was released onto Steam. A fourth game, Five Nights 4, it was also released on July 23rd, 2015. Now, a Halloween update was released on October 30th, 2015, with a Halloween update for the first three games releasing on October 31st, 2015. Now, fifth game, which is Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, was released on October 7th, 2016, and a free update containing the custom night with new in-game challenge mode and new cutscenes became available on December 1st, 2016. Now, the sixth game was released on December 4th, 2017 for free under the guise of Freddy's Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. The seventh game, Ultimate Custom Night, which was released on June 27th, 2018. Now, there was also a virtual reality game that was entitled Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. Became available May 28th, 2019. Now, the game features 40 mini games based on previous installments along with some never seen before content. A Halloween-themed DLC called Curse of Dreadbear was released on October 23rd, 2019. The AR game entitled Five Nights at Freddy's AR Special Delivery Freddy's AR Special Delivery was released on November 25th, 2019. Now, the game has been receiving recurring delivery events since launch. A DLC called Dark Circus Encore was released on December 13th, 2021. Now, the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach was released on December 16th, 2021 after many delays. A free DLC titled Ruined is set for release in 2023, which would probably paint a much more perfect picture as to the entire family, the family that brought the entire Five Nights at Freddy's to life. And I'm talking about the Purple Guy. Purple Guy had family. Purple Guy had an amazing family, and his entire family is a bunch of freaks, especially his wife, who we're now seeing to be like the head honcho of the whole thing. So yeah, let's just go on. Now, there's a separated spin-off role-playing game called FNAF World, which I said earlier, that was released on January 21st, 2016, formerly at Steam before taking the game down due to negative reception, and re-released on Game Jolt on February 8th, 2016. A second update later released on May 13th, 2016. The game itself takes place in its own universe and does not have anything to do with the core series, but still a part of the official franchise. Now, another spin-off taking place in its own universe titled Freddy in Space 2 was released on December 3rd, 2019. A beat-em-up spin-off, Security Breach Fury's Rage, was released on April 28, 2021. An augmented reality spin-off with U2's Presents Five Nights at Freddy's was released on April 29, 2022. Now, on Friday 15, 2015, Scott stated that he was hacked and someone uploaded Five Nights at Freddy's 3 to Game Jolt for free. Though it turned out that he wasn't hacked and it was just a troll game based on his older game, there is no pause button, on October 28, 2015. Now, a hacker going by the name Lols Hacks had hacked Scott and uploaded FNAF World on Game Jolt, which was just a Halloween-themed troll game based on Fighter Mage Bard. On On October 28th, oh sorry, on October 6th, 2016, Scott uploaded a mature version of Five Nights at Freddy's sister location on GameJolt, stating that he wanted to make the game more appropriate for younger audiences, but it was just another troll game based on Sit and Survive. Now, on June 21st, 2018, Scott released a demo for Ultimate Custom Night on GameJolt. However, it was a troll game based on Doofus. So yeah, that's basically for it. Now there are also books, but I'm probably gonna have to do that at a later date because these ones are just talking about the release dates for every single thing that he ever did. Probably not talking so much into the storyline itself, which is great. I mean, like if you want to know about the Five Nights at Freddy franchise, it'll be better if you just head on to YouTube right now and start watching every single freaking episode that Game Theory has made concerning Five Nights at Freddy's. And I promise you, you're not gonna be disappointed. It's got some really deep lore and some really interesting stuff. It's like it's on its own dimension, which makes sense that they would want to make it into a movie because honestly, it's got enough to create its own universe. And quite frankly, a universe that would rival the current existing universes because it has a lot more to offer than just horror. It's got a storyline, it's got a plot that will make you fall in love with the characters and make you lose sight of whatever it is that you think horror is about. It's really just engaging. So I would implore you to head over to YouTube, but first subscribe to my channel. Do that and you will be rewarded gifts beyond measure. Just subscribe, okay? Wow, that's like top tier convincing. I should give myself a treat. You've earned yourself a treat. However, yeah. Well, personally, when I started watching everything that had to do with Five Nights at Freddy's, I gotta admit I was a little bit skeptical because it didn't make sense that jump scares would do a thing. It didn't make sense because you just had to look over the screen and check out to see if these dumb animatronics were gonna get closer to you. All you had to do was stay vigilant and alert, right? That's all I thought. I mean, but then they raised the stakes with each night, and that's what freaked me the fuck out because by the second night, I was freaking out, man. Like, the moment I see that one of the animatronics is missing, let's say Freddy's missing, I lose my shit. And I was also playing it, the first time that I played Five Nights at Freddy's, it was on this really slow laptop. It didn't really have it didn't have the capacity to manage the game, so it was just really slow. So the slowness of the laptop itself was actually heightening everything. It made everything worse because by the time I figure out that the one of the animatronics is not there, by that time it's too late. It's just gonna show up on the screen. It's like, rawr. I'm assuming that's the sound they make when they catch you. But no, it's really silent. They just like move their mouth a lot. I think I have a thing for horror games. I'm gonna have to explore it and make more content with regards to horror games. So that might actually be a future project that I would be willing to undertake. But until then, I guess you guys are gonna have to catch me later. This is Young Titan. I've had a great time with you. You can check out my other episodes, whichever floats your boat. Some of them will make you cry, some of them make you laugh, some of them will make you so confused you would wonder why exactly I would make such an episode. But this is life, and that is what I am. Young Titan out. And also go check out my YouTube channel as well. I do a lot of funky stuff. I wanted to say funky, not fucking, funky. So yeah, you take care of yourself, and Young Titan out. Thanks for listening.